Hey you guys, so today I wanted to do a look using the Kat Von D Mi Vida Loca Remix palette. If you guys haven't seen it, it's super gorgeous. It has just like a ton of different colors in it. The thing that I love the most about that palette is that it has a really good mix of neutrals, it has a really good mix of bright colors, it has a good mix of mattes, shimmers, like just, to me, this is just a majestic palette, all in all. I toyed with the idea of getting it for a while, and then I just kept seeing swatches and looks, and I was just like, God damn, I just need that in my life. I believe this cost $71 Canadian, and then I had free shipping with Sephora via Beirut, just saying. And so there's 24 unique shades in there, which is a pretty good bargain in my mind. If you can afford it, I would definitely recommend picking this up because I can see myself using this palette a lot. So yeah, without any further ado, let's jump into it. So I'm gonna go ahead and apply my foundation. I'm gonna be mixing the Diorskin Skin Foundation, or Diorskin Star Foundation, and then the MAC Studio Waterweight Foundation. A lot of people have been asking me my opinion on the MAC Waterweight Foundation, but honestly, I'm gonna put my hair behind here. I got it, well, I didn't mean to get it, but I tried to get it in the right color, but the sales lady was like, no dice, baby. So pretty much I got it in a color that's like way too light for my skin. So I haven't been able to try it just by itself. I do mix it with my foundation, obviously, my other one. So yeah, I can't really speak too much to the consistency or coverage or anything like that because I am mixing it. But I'm sure that there's tons of reviews up on that, and I might consider going and picking up another bottle in my matching skin tone so I can give you guys a better review if I do that. Then I'm just going to go ahead and apply my NARS Radiant Creamy Concealer in the shade Custard underneath my eyes. And I'm just dabbing that right where I put the product instead of wiping it, just so that I'm keeping the pigmentation right where we want it. When you wipe it, it kind of just moves that pigmentation and product all over the face, as opposed to when you're just kind of dabbing it in. You're still blending it out, but you are keeping that color right where you want it. Really making sure to get right in that inner corner there because we are going to be doing a heavy inner corner, I think. I haven't really fully decided. And then I'm just taking the remainder of what's on my brush and kind of just going around some redness that I have around my brows and then around the nose as well. I don't necessarily need to apply a ton, or I don't want to apply a ton more concealer right there. I just want a tiny little bit more coverage. I'm going to go ahead and apply my eye primer. I'm using MAC Paint Pot and Soft Ochre for this, as always. I like to do this before I do my brows so that I don't, you know, get this shit all over my brows, basically. So just applying that all over the lid. When it comes to using eye primer, you guys, you don't want to use too much or too little. If you use too much, you will get the same kind of effects that you will if you use too little, which is, you know, creasing and too much product built up in there. You just want one kind of like sheer layer all over the lid up to the brow bone, because you're going to be applying eyeshadow all over the goddamn place. Then you guys know I like to apply a base shadow, just something that matches my skin tone or as close as I can, just to basically act as a little bit more of a kind of slippery base to put other eyeshadows on. Sometimes when you put dark or bright or colorful eyeshadow right on top of your eye primer, they can either, one, oxidize, or two, get kind of patchy and hard to blend out because they just get stuck to that primer and they just kind of get sucked up right there. And then when you go and try and blend it out, like, it's just, some parts are kind of tacky, some parts aren't. Like, it's just, I find it way more difficult to apply product right on top of my base, so that's why I do my, you know, my thing. I'm going to go ahead and apply my brows off camera because they take forever, but I can do an updated brow tutorial for you guys shortly. The first color I'll be taking is the color Noble, which is just this kind of like peachy beige color. You can just go ahead and take that on any blending brush that's a little bit bigger and fluffier, and I'm going to just add that into our crease. This is going to be our first transition shade of many. It's just going to help us to blend out our other colors later. You guys already know. I mean, come on. We're all professionals here at this point. The next color I'll be taking is Analog, which is just this kind of rusty orange color right here. And I'm just going to take that on the exact same brush and just grabbing it right on the tip. I am going to be taking it into that outer corner as well as the crease. Just a little bit lower, like we're not going to blend it up as high as we took that first shade. The next shade I'll be taking is this color Destroyer, which is just kind of a poppy red color. And I'm going to grab that on a slightly smaller brush. This is my Smith 230 brush. And I'm just going to be, again, putting it on the outer corner and the crease. Basically what we want to do is blend up a little bit less high every single time we add on a new shade so that we're creating kind of a nice gradient. Oh, I forgot to mention, I popped in some hazel contacts because I just thought that this would be kind of a cool look with like brown eyes. So if you're wondering why there was a sudden eye change, I'm okay. It's just contacts. And these are Desio eyes in caramel brown, I think it's called. So next what I'm going to be doing is taking NYX Black Bean Jumbo Eye Pencil, and I'm going to make kind of a V shape going along the lash line on the outer corner and then extending up to that crease. And just kind of creating almost a wing shape. This obviously doesn't have to be perfect. I'm using a massive freaking pencil for this, so I'm not expecting it to be like this perfect, defined, beautiful wing. But basically, once we have kind of a rough shape outline like that, I'm going to take a Sigma, or this is a Sonia Kashuk brush, in 1/16, and I'm going to blend that out, just the edges. So you're not wanting to blend too far away from where you applied the product. You're basically wanting to keep it exactly where you applied the product and just really roughly blend out those edges. So notice how I'm not making big swipes or anything like that. I'm just keeping them small, little movements. And I'm just kind of cleaning up that outer edge. And then what I'm going to do from here is take this color Anthem, which is just a really pretty purple kind of color. And I'm going to just pack that on, not right on the outer corner, but close. Right to like about halfway up my eye. And I'm just kind of patting that color on. You want to apply your brush first where you want the most pigmentation and then kind of move it and pat it towards the outer corners once you have a little bit less product on your brush. The next color I'll be taking is Muse, which kind of just looks like a really light lilac color. It looks like that because it is like that. And I'm going to be packing that onto my brush and then just applying that from the inner corner right to that center there. So I took that lighter purple on the other side of my brush and I still have the darker shade that we just used on the other side. I'm going to flip it over to the other side and just kind of pat with that darker color to blend these together. Next, I'm going to take just a little bit of this shade. It's called Echo. And I'm just going to be grabbing that on a little pencil brush. This is from Samir Kuzami. It's number 19. And I'm just going to kind of pack that on the outer corner there, just going over top of our black base. And then I'm going to be blending that out. Just kind of blending into our crease a little bit, cleaning up any fallout as I go with my little concealer brush. So this is kind of where we're at. We can leave it right here if you want, but I will be taking a tiny little pencil brush and a little bit of the black shade. It's just called Black Metal, and I'm going to just define that outer crease a little bit more. So just making our little V shape here and winging it out on that outer corner. And then you can take your brush again and just buff that out. Notice how I'm not taking my blending brush over the lid at all. I'm just keeping it right to that crease. I'm going to take that same black shade and I'm just going to go ahead and apply it underneath the lower lash line. Just about halfway into my eye there and connecting with that outer corner. And then I'm going to be grabbing the shade Destroyer, which was that kind of poppy red color that we used. And I'm going to apply that under the lower lash line as well, just kind of smoking out those shades. Last but not least, I'm going to be taking this color Lyric, which looks like not much in the pan, but it has a really, really pretty kind of like pinky shift to it. So I'm just grabbing that on a little pencil brush and I'm packing it right into that inner corner. And then I'm just going to apply some Lashes mascara and I'll show you guys the finished eye look. So this is the final look. Okay, so I'm going to be layering highlighters just for the walls. This is the Laura Mercier Matte Radiance Baked Powder in Highlight 01. It's not matte. It is a really, really pretty highlighter. But anyways, I'm gonna go ahead and apply that first. See, look how not matte that is. What a ridiculous name. This is the kind of highlighter that I feel comfortable putting all over my face, so I'm gonna go ahead and do that. And then I'm gonna go ahead and take that same color that we used on our inner corner Lyric. It is such a pretty highlighter. Like, it's up there with Thunderstruck. Not quite Thunderstruck, but it is still super pretty. And I'm just gonna put that over top, not blending it out quite as far as we did with the first highlighter, but keeping it more so right on that cheekbone. We're basically going for the like, you know, I don't even really care about societal norms kind of highlight today. Just really packing it on there. Not a care in the world. I'm gonna go ahead and contour and bronze up a little bit with the Tarte Park Avenue Princess Bronzer in Matte. And then I'm just gonna take a little bit of that bronzer and go right above my Cupid's bow with it. For my blush, I'm going to be applying the old version of MAC Warm Soul. They still have this blush, but it is completely different formula now. It has really big, chunky glitters in it, which makes me so devastated. Yeah. And then for my lips, I'm gonna go ahead and apply NYX Lip Liner in 810, which is natural. And I'm gonna apply that all over the lips. This is my all-time favorite nude lip liner. Good luck finding it, my friend. Well, I guess if you're in the States, you can order it online, but... So I just have my lips completely lined in that, and then I'm gonna take Melt Laced, which is kind of like a gray-y, beige nude color, and I'm gonna go over top of that. I'm just gonna really work that into my lips. I'm gonna go ahead and take a little concealer brush and just clean up the edges. So that is everything, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this look and learned something cool today. Let me know what you'd like to see next in the comments below, and I will get back to you. Alright guys, peace out.